Welcome to the English Practice Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Sophie. Today we're going to talk about how to learn English effectively at home.
Many learners want to improve their English but don't know how to start or stay motivated.
We'll share tips, strategies, and resources to help you learn English right from your home.
Whether you're a beginner or more advanced, this episode is for you.
Get ready to discover simple steps to build your skills and confidence every day. Let's get started.
Part 1. Getting started with learning English at home.
Hi, Sophie. Today we're talking about how to learn English at home.
Hi, Ryan. That's such an important topic, especially with so many people studying from home now.
Yes, learning English at home can be very effective if you know how to do it right.
I agree, but many learners don't know where to start or how to stay motivated.
Exactly. So let's start with the first step, setting clear goals.
That's a good point. Why are goals so important?
Goals give you direction. Without them, learning can feel random and confusing.
So, should I set short-term and long-term goals?
Yes. For example, a short-term goal could be learning 10 new words each week.
And a long-term goal might be to have a 5-minute conversation in English within 3 months?
Exactly. Clear goals help you measure progress and stay motivated.
I find it helpful to write my goals down and look at them every day.
That's a great habit. It keeps your mind focused on what you want to achieve.
What about creating a study schedule? Is that important?
Very important. A schedule helps you build regular habits instead of studying only when you feel like it.
How much time should someone spend learning English at home each day?
It depends on your availability, but even 20 to 30 minutes daily is better than long sessions once a week.
Consistency over quantity. That makes sense.
Yes, short daily practice builds better retention and skills over time.
I sometimes get distracted at home. How can learners stay focused?
Find a quiet place for study and remove distractions like phones or social media during study time.
That's easier said than done. But I'll try turning off notifications.
Another tip is to set a timer for focused study sessions like 25 minutes, then take a short break.
The Pomodoro technique. I've heard about that. It keeps your mind fresh.
Exactly. Break your study time into manageable chunks for better concentration.
What should learners study at home? There's so much material available.
Start with the basics: vocabulary, simple grammar, listening, and speaking practice.
Should learners follow textbooks or use online resources?
Both. Textbooks give structure while online resources offer variety and real-world content.
Can you recommend some good online resources?
Sure. Websites like BBC Learning English, Duolingo, and YouTube channels with English lessons are great.
YouTube is so useful. I watch English videos for listening practice.
Videos help with pronunciation, intonation, and natural language flow.
What about reading? Is it important for home learners?
Absolutely. Reading builds vocabulary and grammar understanding. Start with simple books or articles.
I like children's books or graded readers. They use easy language.
That's perfect for beginners. Gradually move to more challenging texts as you improve.
How can learners improve their speaking if they're alone at home?
Practice speaking out loud daily. Talk about your day, describe things, or repeat after native speakers.
Repeating after native speakers. Is that shadowing?
Yes. Shadowing is an excellent technique to improve fluency and pronunciation.
I find shadowing helps me sound more natural.
Another tip is to record yourself speaking and listen back. It helps you notice mistakes.
That sounds a little scary, but useful. I'll try it.
It's a great way to track progress and build confidence.
What about writing? Should learners write every day?
Writing helps reinforce grammar and vocabulary. Keep a daily journal or write simple paragraphs.
I write short texts about my day or thoughts in English. It's a good practice.
Excellent. Writing and speaking together improve overall communication skills.
Sometimes I feel lonely learning alone. How can learners stay motivated?
Join online language communities or find language partners for conversation practice.
Language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem help connect with others.
Right, talking with real people improves speaking skills and makes learning fun.
What about using English in daily life at home?
Use English for simple tasks like making shopping lists or thinking aloud about your plans.
That's a good idea. Using English in daily routines helps make it natural.
Exactly. Try labeling items around your house in English to learn vocabulary visually.
I labeled my kitchen items with sticky notes. It helped me learn word faster.
Great example. Visual learning is very effective.
Any advice on how to deal with frustration or slow progress?
Remember, language learning is a journey. Celebrate small wins and keep practicing regularly.
Patience and persistence are key. I tell myself to enjoy the process.
Yes, if you love learning, improvement will come naturally.
Thanks, Ryan. I think these tips will help many learners study English at home successfully.
You're welcome, Sophie. In part 2, we'll talk about advanced strategies and tools to boost home learning.
Looking forward to it. See you next time.
Part 2: Advanced Strategies and Tools for Learning English at Home.
Welcome back, Sophie. In part 2, let's dive into some advanced strategies to learn English effectively at home.
Hi, Ryan. I'm excited to learn about new methods and tools to improve faster.
One great strategy is to create an immersive English environment at home.
Immersive environment? How can someone do that without traveling abroad?
It means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible through music, movies, books, and conversations.
So, listening to English songs or watching English TV shows counts.
Exactly. The more you hear English daily, the easier it becomes to understand and speak naturally.
I try to watch English series with subtitles. Is that helpful?
Yes, subtitles help at first, but try to watch without them as you improve.
That's a good challenge to set. What about apps for immersion?
Apps like Fluency use real-world videos with subtitles and quizzes to help you learn naturally.
I'll check that out. Are there specific habits for building vocabulary at home?
Yes, use flashcards or spaced repetition systems like Anki to memorize and review new words daily.
I use flashcards, but sometimes forget to review them regularly.
Consistency is key. Set a daily reminder to review vocabulary for 10 minutes.
What about practicing speaking when you don't have a partner?
Practice self-talk. Talk to yourself in English about your plans, thoughts, or describe what you see.
That sounds fun. I can narrate what I'm doing during the day.
Exactly. It trains your brain to think and speak in English naturally.
Are there good online platforms for speaking practice?
Yes, websites like Italki or Preply connect you with tutors and language partners for live conversation.
Live conversation helps build real-life speaking confidence.
Absolutely. Regular speaking practice is crucial to improve fluency.
What about writing practice at home? Any advanced tips?
Try writing essays or opinion pieces on topics you like, then get feedback from online communities.
Online forums like Lang 8 or Reddit's Our English Learning are good for feedback.
Yes, getting corrections helps you improve faster.
How can learners balance learning grammar without it being boring?
Use grammar in context. Learn grammar through reading and writing rather than memorizing rules.
Like noticing grammar in sentences while reading?
Exactly. This helps you understand how grammar works naturally.
Are there any tools to help with pronunciation?
Apps like Elsa Speak or Forvo provide pronunciation guides and feedback.
I've heard Elsa gives scores for each word. That's helpful.
Yes, and practicing difficult sounds daily improves clarity over time.
What about learning idioms and expressions at home?
Use English TV shows, movies, or podcasts to hear idioms in context. Then try using them yourself.
I like learning idioms because they make language colorful and fun.
Great! Practice using new idioms in sentences or conversations to remember them.
How do you recommend learners stay motivated during self study?
Set small, achievable goals, reward yourself, and mix different activities to keep learning interesting.
Variety definitely keeps me engaged. Sometimes I get bored with only one method.
Exactly. Changing between listening, speaking, reading, and writing keeps the brain active.
Do you think learning English songs or poems helps?
Yes, singing or reciting poems improves rhythm, pronunciation, and memory.
I enjoy singing along to songs. It's a fun way to learn new words.
Me too. Music connects emotion and language, making learning more effective.
How important is having a study plan at home?
Very important. A plan keeps you organized and focused on your goals.
I create weekly plans, but sometimes don't stick to them.
Try to be flexible. Plans guide you, but it's okay to adjust based on your mood or progress.
That reduces pressure and keeps learning enjoyable.
Right. Also, track your progress with journals or apps to see how far you've come.
Seeing progress motivates me to keep going.
Absolutely. Celebrate even small improvements.
What about using social media for learning?
Follow English learning pages or groups. Join conversations and post in English.
That's a great idea. It makes learning social and interactive.
Finally, remember to practice speaking out loud every day, even alone.
Speaking regularly is the key to fluency.
In part 3, we'll talk about how to overcome common challenges learners face at home.
Can't wait to learn how to handle difficulties. See you then.
Part 3. Overcoming common challenges when learning English at home.
Welcome back, Sophie. Now let's talk about some common challenges people face when learning English at home.
Hi, Ryan. Yes, many learners struggle with motivation and distractions.
That's right. Staying motivated without a teacher or classroom can be tough.
I sometimes feel lazy or distracted by my phone or TV.
One way to overcome this is to set a daily routine and stick to it.
Routines help me create habits. But what if I miss a day?
Missing a day happens to everyone. The key is to get back on track quickly.
That's comforting. What about feeling lonely while studying alone?
Feeling isolated is common. Join online groups or language communities to connect with others.
I've joined Facebook groups and language forums. It helps a lot.
Great. Another challenge is lack of speaking practice at home.
Yes, without speaking, it's hard to improve fluency.
You can use language exchange apps to find speaking partners globally.
Apps like Tandem and HelloTalk are great for that.
Also, practice speaking to yourself when alone. Narrate your day or describe your surroundings.
I try talking to myself in English during daily tasks. It feels weird but useful.
That's excellent. Another issue is feeling overwhelmed by too many resources.
I get confused choosing what to study next or which app to use.
Focus on a few reliable sources instead of trying everything at once.
That makes sense. Quality over quantity.
Exactly. Prioritize resources that match your level and goals.
How about dealing with difficult grammar topics? They confuse me.
Break complex grammar into small parts and practice them in sentences, not just rules.
Practice in context is easier to remember.
Right. Also, don't try to learn everything at once. Focus on what's most useful.
What if I'm afraid to speak because of mistakes?
Mistakes are part of learning. Don't let fear stop you from practicing speaking.
Easier said than done. How do I overcome fear?
Start speaking in low pressure situations, like with friends or tutors who encourage you.
Positive feedback builds confidence.
Another challenge is poor listening skills, which affect speaking.
Sometimes I can't understand native speakers clearly.
Listening to slower, clear English helps. Use subtitles initially and gradually remove them.
Listening practice is essential for better understanding.
What if I don't have time for long study sessions?
Short, focused daily sessions can be very effective. Even 10 minutes counts.
Consistent practice beats long but irregular sessions.
How can I keep learning interesting?
Mix different activities. Listen to podcasts, read stories, watch videos, and practice speaking.
Variety keeps me motivated and prevents boredom.
Another tip is to set rewards for achieving small goals.
Rewards motivate me to keep going.
Finally, be patient with yourself. Progress takes time, but with persistence, you will improve.
Thanks, Ryan. These tips help me feel ready to face challenges.
You're welcome, Sophie. Next time, we'll share success stories and tips to keep you inspired.
I can't wait to hear those stories. See you soon.
Part 4. Success stories, final tips, and encouragement for learning English at home.
Welcome back, Sophie. For our final part, let's share some inspiring success stories about learning English at home.
Hi, Ryan. I love hearing success stories. They motivate me a lot.
One learner, Anna, started with almost no English and practiced 30 minutes daily at home.
Wow, what helped her the most?
She used a combination of listening to podcasts, shadowing native speakers, and speaking to herself daily.
That sounds similar to our tips. Consistency is key.
After 6 months, Anna could hold simple conversations confidently and improved her pronunciation.
That's amazing progress. It shows home study really works.
Another story is from Mark, who struggled with motivation but joined an online study group.
Studying with others makes learning more fun and keeps you accountable, right?
Exactly. Mark found weekly online sessions helped him stay on track and practice speaking regularly.
I should join a study group too. That sounds encouraging.
Then there's Lena, who used English movies and TV shows with subtitles to improve listening and vocabulary.
Using enjoyable content is a great way to learn without feeling bored.
Lena also wrote daily journals in English and sent them to online tutors for correction.
Getting feedback is so important for improvement.
All these learners prove that with the right habits, tools, and mindset, anyone can learn English at home.
That's inspiring. What final advice do you have for our listeners?
First, be patient and kind to yourself. Learning a language takes time.
Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone's journey is different.
Set achievable goals, celebrate small victories, and keep a positive attitude.
Practice every day, even if it's only a few minutes. It adds up.
Use a variety of resources and activities to keep learning interesting and effective.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're part of the learning process.
Seek help when needed, whether from tutors, friends, or online communities.
And remember to have fun. Enjoying the process makes learning easier.
Thank you, Sophie, for sharing your thoughts and ideas.
Thank you, Ryan. I hope our listeners feel motivated to learn English at home.
Thanks to all our listeners for joining us today. Keep practicing and stay confident.
We'll see you next time on the English Practice Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy learning.
Goodbye and good luck.